Okay, so after looking through all the compositions in my groups folder, I decided that I really wanted to review this one in particular. I really liked it and it stood out to me a lot because of all the intense colors and the different subjects that it had, and it seemed like all the photos complemented each other very well. And the first question we were given was, does the artist generally understand the requirements of the project? And to this question, I would definitely answer yes. I feel like they did a very good job at getting different perspectives of a lot of subjects. And even though many of the photos have the same thing as their subject, like the elephants here, for example, the way that different elements came into play was able to really separate the photos and make them all unique and individual in their own way. And I think the artist was able to do that, like I said, by the elements and principles of design, which brings me to the second question. It said, how effectively has the artist used the elements and principles of design and photography to compose images? And personally, I think this person used them very effectively. For example, in this photo here, I really liked how the subject was on the right side of the photo, making it seem more unbalanced, and it is also unsymmetrical, which personally I think is more interesting to look at. It affects the balance of the picture. Another thing was the texture in this photo and in this one in particular. I think they captured the texture of this really well. You can almost feel the grooves in the photo, I think, and it also contains, it looks like continuous lines to me running through it. I also, in this photo, liked how even though there are two subjects in the picture, the lighting was able to make this white one really stand out and catch your eye the most and become the real focal point of the picture. And lastly, to me, the colors really stood out in this composition. For example, like even though how the colors are more soft and rather muted, I think, they're still really strong, and the colors all seem to go together really well to me. Like the light ones and the brown, even the bright ones, all complement each other very well, I think. And in fact, this photo is one that I would consider the best in this composition. It's my personal favorite. I really like how these front top flowers are really in focus, while in the back ones they're more out of focus and blurry. But while in the background it is blurry, there is still this pop of color right here that still makes the eye interested in what is happening back there. And I feel like one of the photos that maybe needs a little improvement, would be this photo, because I see what they were trying to do here with the texture, and it does work. I personally just feel like this one captured the texture a lot better, and so I think this photo could maybe have been replaced with something that would have been a little bit more useful in their overall composition. But overall, the pictures and the composition was done very well. The only thing I would say to maybe improve on is to have less images that look really similar. For this example, these two pictures are both very good and pleasing to look at. However, they're so similar, I really can't tell a difference. But overall, yeah, I think it's super good, and I really like the overall feeling this composition gives me.